Pour yourself a pint, cozy up, and get ready for another episode of Beer, Bros, and BS.
This is Jay Muse. This is Eddie McClintock from Warehouse 13.
Hey, this is Brian Holler. This is Brett Dahl.
Hey, this is Eddie Trunk, and you're listening to Beer Bros and BS.
Beers Bros BS.
Beer Bros and BS.
Beer Bros and BS.
You should be listening to Beer Bros and BS every day, every minute for the rest of your lives. Snooch to the nooch!
Welcome to another special episode of Beer Bros and BS. We're coming to you live from NightLife Brewing Company. I'm Dave, the Big Librarian.
JJ, the Male Chef.
Jose.
Alex, the King of Alapata.
And we have two guests tonight coming live from the brewery.
Danny Dallas.
And Juan.
So thanks for coming on the show, guys.
Welcome.
Thanks for having us here.
Thanks for having us, guys.
Awesome sauce.
Whoop, whoop.
So before we can get going, you guys haven't been on the show before, so we got to find out some questions for you. So hard-hitting questions. They're going to make you nervous. They're going to really tell us who you are, what your soul looks like.
We might need your blood type before this starts.
Oh, positive.
Ask away.
So if you could have one superpower, what would it be?
I'm going to go with teleportation.
Oh, that was mine too. I did teleportation as well.
You got to, man.
What?
You got to.
Nice.
Teleportation?
Hell yeah.
I don't
Fuck
know.
traffic.
I kind of want to read everyone's mind.
Dude, in Miami, that would be a light. I have a stress ball in my car specifically for the traffic.
He really does have a stress ball in his car. It's so funny.
Yeah. What was yours, Danny?
I would like to read minds. I know it sounds really masochistic, but, I kind of want to know. Like,
Would you use your powers only for good?
absolutely not. All that stuff. What are you thinking?
Okay. Who'd win in a fight? Captain America, Iron Man. Fight to the death.
Captain America. Hands down.
I agree.
Whoa.
Is this a company policy?
Policy.
There's no
We
Captain
dress
America
up every
merch
Friday
in
as
the
Captain
store.
America. I'm just kidding.
No, I mean, look, Captain America himself is a decent man who was made better by the serum. You have Tony Stark, which, yes, great intelligence, but he needs that intelligence to go ahead and become better than what he is.
But they have a week to figure out who, fight to the death. You're still going Captain America?
Yes. Yeah. His innate fighting abilities, I mean, he himself is amazing without any kind of technology. However, you give Tony Stark nothing. I mean, you don't allow him any tech at all. Dude, he's done. What is he going to do?
He dies.
He literally dies. Take away his tech. What does he have?
He's a billionaire, playboy.
Good job. Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome. That's
He needs that
great.
little core to live. You take away the core. He made the little core.
He doesn't need the core.
Well, okay.
Yeah, he does.
Depends on. Okay, so you want to go by the comics? He doesn't have it in the
there we
comics
go.
even.
Whoa.
No. Okay. So even without the cord, you look at Tony, and I mean, I think he put up a fight, but he's got nothing on Steve Rogers. Nothing. None of the military training, none of the heart, none of the actual
He has
drive.
an extra orifice in his chest.
Captain America.
Iron Man.
When you said orifice, it just threw me for a loop, man. I'm not gonna lie.
No, he meant Iron Man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, Captain America has the drive, the heart to sustain and will to see through a fight. Tony, I don't think he does.
Okay. So let me ask you guys then. Next hard question. I'm sorry, this is an easy one. What's your favorite style of beer?
Go ahead, Juan.
It's got to be stouts. They tell a better story.
Okay.
Belgian doubles and Belgian quads. They're just so delicious and raisiny. And I'm a big malt person, so the maltier, the happier I am.
Nice.
Okay. So if you were stuck on an island for 1 year, you had you had food, you had supplies, and you were allowed to take one beer with you other than any beer that is made in this building. You get proper refrigeration and proper glassware. What would be the one beer you take with you?
You want to go first?
Yeah. It's pretty expensive, but I don't care. Unibrew Ephemere. It's delicious. It's refreshing. It's carbonated. It's fruity. I can have it. I'm on an island by myself. I mean, if you don't know Unibrew, it's Canadian.
Yeah.
It's really like good quality beer. It was just something I fell in love with, and I can have it every single day.
That is an awesome beer.
Yes.
Nice. All right. Man, that is a tough question because I do love stouts, but if I'm stuck on an island, I'm going to want some really good memories. And before the show, we were talking about what beer does to people and how it can influence the night. So I'm going to have to go with, again, Brooklyn Sriracha Ace, just because I'm going to want to remember that one time sitting on a dock, drinking it in Key Largo, hot as hell.
Can you remind me the ABV of that beer?
God, whatever it is delicious. I
Ooh,
don't know.
Yeah, it's double digits.
Juan's gonna be drunk on every part of that island.
It's all right. I can deal with it. But no. Again, it would take me back to place a better place. Being stuck on an island is a dreadful existence, and I would want to be somewhere good, mentally speaking.
Okay. And that's it.
You survived.
That was so hard hitting, my face caved in.
So, what's the first beer that we're going to drink tonight?
So the first beer we're going to drink is our interpretation of what a traditional German Hefeweizen is going to be. It's called the Gunfighter Blonde. It's very easy, quaffable beer. I like the word quaffable, so we're going to go with that.
Smells great.
Yeah.
Great time.
Good times. Always good times, guys. Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
L'chaim.
To
Guys,
first of
the
many.
eyes.
Oh, that's...
7 years of bad sex over here. JK.
I don't believe that at all. That's right.
You don't want to test it, though.
Yeah.
Says the man.
That's not
Right?
right.
Jeez,
Says the man.
Come on, guys.
Yeah, so you want to tell us a little bit into the makings of this?
Okay, so when I made this, I wanted to go ahead and put an American spin on it. So it's single infusion. It is. I really want to delve into the recipe itself, but I don't know.
It's your call, brother.
All right, so it's 60% white wheat, which, by the way, sucks to mash if you do it wrong. Typical liquor to grace ratio is going 3.4 to 1, so that way we don't get a stuck mash. I mean, I've gotten a stuck mash with this beer before, and I have spent 7 hours trying to undo that mistake, which, by the way, you make once.
And not answering any of my phone calls.
I mean, I'm sorry. I'm a little stressed out right now. I'm looking back at this. I'm thinking about it, and it's stressing me out. Another thing I wanted to do was to make sure that you can have more than one of these. I mean, typical German Hefeweizens, if you have one of them, oh yeah, man, it's like drinking a loaf of bread. It is really heavy. It is expanding in your stomach, and the Miami drinker isn't really attuned to that. They want to be able to have more than one. So the ABV is 5.5, and this body is light enough that you can crush multiple of them, and that's the whole point. It's so that way you can come back and ask for one more, and it's not overbearing. I mean, it is a good baseball beer, and seeing how we're next to a baseball stadium, it's important to have.
I mean, I don't think you could get any closer. And for those who don't know where you guys are located, where exactly are you guys located?
Okay, so our physical address is 1588 Northwest 7th Street, Miami, Florida 33125.
Come on, Juan.
Google that.
Come on.
Now, our real location is directly across
from Wendy's.
Damn it.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, right behind Subway. Okay. Now, there's
Shout out
this,
to Subway, by the way.
there is an amazing baseball stadium that should be visited by more people in the city. Right across from our main doorway. I love the Marlins. I love Derek Jeter. Yeah.
So basically, if you walk into the home plate entrance, right when you walk into the stadium, you're going to look over to your left. You're going to see a blue awning, and that's us right there in the home plate parking garage. We're kind of hidden We're working on it. But if you go to a game, make sure you look over to your left when you're walking into the home plate entrance, and that's us right there.
Yeah. All right.
And visit on non-game days. There's plenty of parking.
Yeah, so the parking is actually awesome because we are in an actual parking garage. The first hour is free, and it's $1 after that. And if you guys see a reserve sign, it means nothing at all except in game days. So you can park on the first level. It's amazing. It is a thing.
Oh,
That's what I did.
I actually was going around trying to find the ones that don't say reserve. Just out of
Got him.
Yeah, that's not a thing here. That's definitely not a thing here. On non-game days. On game days, you park there. Look, you can come 2 hours before a game, and you can park anywhere you want. But as soon as it hits, if it's a 7 o'clock game, if it hits 5, we will tell you that, the Marlins will start towing cars. But by all means, come before then. We're open before then. It's a good time.
It's a great location, too. Not too far from downtown, right?
Yeah.
Close to all points of nightlife. You got Brickell. You got Little Havana.
Yeah, Wynwood.
We're really close to Wynwood. We're about, like an 8-minute drive to Wynwood?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
It's
Very
really in the
central.
center.
Right off of the expressway.
Yes, exactly.
Right
As
off
I'm
the
barreling
expressway.
down.
And
I don't know how many miles per hour to get the equipment in here.
And also, we're right down the street from Union.
That's true.
So if you
And Ball and Chain.
and Ball and Chain, and who else makes frequent stops here is the Brew Bus.
Yes.
Awesome.
Oh, nice.
Yes, we love the Brew Bus. Shout out to Brew Bus. Not a lot of people use it that much, which is unfortunate, but
It's an
we
incredible
love
service. Yeah.
We love it.
Yeah.
Can you just get on the brew bus and just hop off on whatever?
No, you're along for the ride.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're along for the ride.
But they let you take growlers on. You buy growlers at the stops, and then you get to drink it on the bus on the
to
way
the
to the
face.
next stop. Yeah, it's
Drink
pretty fun.
responsibly, though.
And the hosts are
To the
so
face.
much fun. It's a guaranteed good time.
I think we need to do a Beer Bros BS bus at some point.
Oh, that would be awesome for
And
you
just
guys.
hit up all the breweries.
That would be cool. That would be really cool.
Uh-oh.
It would be
Yeah.
over so quick though. I feel.
No, it would be the best material.
Oh wait, hold on. We have to address the elephant in the room. So who wears the dunce hat next episode?
We have
Depends who shows up.
It depends who shows up. We have 2 people. So one's at a movie and one's in Bulgaria.
Which one's the better excuse?
Bulgaria. That's the winner. All right.
Definitely.
He's in terms of not wearing it. The one at the movie, fallo, man, un fallo. Ahí.
Un fallo.
What
Fire.
what movie can you be seeing? Jurassic Park?
Jurassic World.
World?
Right? What is it now? What's this one called?
Jurassic World. Yeah. Fallen Kingdom.
That one.
Yeah.
It scares me a little bit that you know the full title of this.
I'm not surprised. It's like,
I mean, it's all right though. I mean, look,
great.
How many times have we learned not to mess with things from the past? I mean,
That's what I said. Every movie. You see the first movie, you've seen them all.
I just like dinosaurs, motherfucker.
You like dinosaur in space. Why don't they just combine the two?
Oh my God! You just figured out the next
Epic.
one.
wasn't there an old TV show called Dino Riders, which mixed sci-fi with dinosaurs? It was an old cartoon from the 80s. Please
I
tell
don't
me
know.
I'm
I
not the only
remember-
one.
Yeah, no. He's right. Yeah.
Thank
Really?
God.
Yeah, they were like robotic dinosaurs.
Yeah, not robotic. They were dinosaurs.
Was
but
the
with
T-Rex
lasers.
a gun? No.
Dinosaurs
No.
with lasers?
Are you
Yes.
think? I think
swear,
might be
I
thinking
swear.
of Transformers.
Oh, I'm thinking of the Dinobots.
I'm thinking of Transformers.
Hold on.
Okay, look, someone whip out their phone and just Google it. It's Dino Riders.
But while we're doing that, let me ask you guys a question. Would you rather
Oh.
only be allowed to eat Brooklyn style pizza or Chicago deep dish the rest of your life?
If I only had to pick, I could only pick one.
One.
I just I can't say goodbye to Chicago style.
Chicago style pizza.
I'm with you.
I'd have to say
Chicago.
that's not even
With
really a
you.
pizza though.
I know it's really impractical.
It's like a tomato
I'm
soup
probably
with
not
cheese
going
on
to eat
top.
as much pizza as I do now, but
Chicago
to never have
style.
that again, no.
No.
goodness.
Exactly. Yeah, I could live without Brooklyn
Right there,
pizza.
right there. Yeah.
I don't think I could live without Chicago
I'm old school.
deep dish.
I give me like a really awesome thin slice that's got the
Are
crunch.
you going to fold it? You're going to fold it?
I'm gonna fold
yeah,
that
you like
shit.
sandwiches. So you like sandwiches? then?
Yeah.
Sandwich.
I'll make you a
Everybody
sandwich.
likes to shit on Chicago style. Oh, you need a knife and fork. Oh, you're eating a sandwich, so big fucking deal.
Yeah.
Give me a cake any day. I'll take that.
Nah, man. Fucking, I love all pizza,
Give
but
me a cake.
All right. Would you rather have $100 million or pick an age and stay at that age until you died 150 years later.
Pick an age.
$100 million. Hands down. Hands down. I'd be so lonely. Are you kidding me? You watch everyone around you die? Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, I'll take the money.
I'll take the money. I'll enjoy
It's really
my life.
intense, Juan.
Yeah. That's an intense question.
Sometimes the show gets deep.
Dude, I don't want to.
Yeah, but like,
I don't want to get old. I already saw my dad. What happens when you get old? You go blind. You like partially blind.
That's true. Wait, but you don't stay in health. You just stay the age.
No.
see?
You stay in the
That's-
health.
You stay in the health.
Yeah,
So I can abuse the fuck out of that body.
Oh, of course you
Yeah.
I
can.
have a
Alright, doing
serious
that one.
obsession with vampires, so I'm gonna go with staying 25.
That's a great age.
The
Fantastic.
prime.
Fuck yeah.
Prime time.
Well played.
Okay.
You're welcome. Juan.
Would you rather chew the liquid you drink 30 times before you swallow it for the rest of your life,
It could go.
or drink your food in smoothie form?
What?
All your food has to be like, you know,
So only smoothies, like.
or you have to chew
Thanksgiving
your
Day
liquid.
Smoothies.
So you gotta take a gulp of something
Oh my god! I have,
Hey,
before you can
cheese-
swallow it.
I have to chew every liquid.
Yeah, every gulp.
Cheese soup for the rest of my life.
No more chugging. No more shotguns.
No.
No more shotguns? Yeah, there's no way.
No way, man.
Chew
No way.
water. I have
But
to chew water.
That's not even.
Yeah.
That's not a valid. That's not a valid. Would you rather?
Yeah, like if you're choking, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Unless you
want
picked
to
a,
die
Choke
choking
on
right
actual
now.
liquid. You're gonna choke on water.
unless you picked 150
Wait. That
years.
doesn't have the texture of sand, right? Like you're chewing it, and it's got to be like really moist. No,
But he said it takes 30 times to fucking chew it.
you always have to chew it 30 times
Yes.
every gulp.
Yes.
Nah, bro. Nah, the other one.
Dude, I would get like lockjaw after a fucking
I'm
week.
gonna try it now with the gunfighter. It's gonna be awful.
That would be.
You know, I'll probably
Horrendous.
be the first person to try a smoothie barbecue rib.
I'm sure they
You
already
can make
have
that.
that.
No,
Maybe not.
you can make that happen. You could definitely do that.
Yeah.
Just ask the Will It Blend guy. I'm sure he's done it.
I just did it with the gunfighter, and it was absolutely miserable. So I'm not doing that.
Would you rather flip a coin for every decision you make, or have somebody else make the decision for you, whatever you have to do?
Can
I
I
already
pick the
do
person?
that. I'm married. So-
Yeah, man.
Well played.
Thanks for listening, and thanks for being on the show, Jose. Your wife will kill you.
Feed
Shout out,
after
shout
this
out to
feed
your
me to the
wife.
cats.
I hope you pick the living, the age for 150 years.
See, yeah, it definitely depends on the person that's going to choose for me. Knowing most of my friends, yeah, I'd rather just flip a coin.
What about family?
Family.
Yeah, I'll let them pick.
I'm going to just stay silent on this one.
I trust Tony.
I don't know.
Your brother.
Yeah, no, I
Your
trust
brother would totally fuck you up.
Nah.
You don't think he would? He'd be like,
Nah.
No?
He's got me.
okay. Would you rather have your phone battery?
What? Huh? Oh, I didn't hear the last "Would you rather," but I'm okay with moving on too.
Yeah. Let's keep moving on.
Bueno.
Would you rather have your battery only last 100 minutes, but it only takes half an hour to charge it, or have it take a week to charge, but you only have to charge it twice a year?
Oh, that one. That one.
Yeah,
That
that dude. For
Can
sure.
we just get rid of cell phones? That'd be awesome.
Wait. But if I
Actually.
don't hit a week, I get zero charge.
Yes.
Right? Like you're there for
I
like
don't
6
know.
days.
But hey,
I thought it was like
no.
it's not just like proportional. Like
No.
But
It's
Reyes,
not incremental. It's
Reyes,
just
what you do
one-
is that you
one
get
for
two
another.
cell phones, right? And then you just switch them out.
yeah, it sounds really practical.
Every
That's
2
a
years.
I,
Drug dealers do it. Why not, Alex?
yeah.
I'd rather
You
just
don't have a
lose all
burner?
cell phones.
I have no problem, yeah.
Lose
All right.
cell phones.
Would you rather never have to wipe again, or you always get a one-stall barrier in the bathroom?
Wait, what?
You have a one-stall barrier. You always have somebody the stalls next to you,
Yeah.
always empty,
Always empty stall, or what was the other one?
or you
Never
never
wipe.
have to wipe again.
Never have to wipe again.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Somebody else doing the wiping.
Yeah.
How does this work?
Yeah, hold on.
Is that it's all clean, right? It's not that you don't care that it's not
Right,
clean.
Yeah.
just go shits every time.
Yes.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
What?
Cut on my day.
Save me a lot of time.
What are you gonna do with all your time, guys?
So some of these
Shit
are
again.
getting toilet related.
Continuously shit. Love it.
Would you rather only be able to use one toilet for the rest of your life, or never be able to use the same toilet twice.
Hold on. So I can only use that toilet doesn't mean that I can't just go. I'd have to just not go in a toilet.
Yes. If you want to defecate on yourself.
Or in public behind the bush or
in somebody's kitty litter.
Thank you, Deadpool.
Or never use the same toilet twice.
Yes.
Oh man.
It's awful.
That's
These
intense.
both suck.
Yeah, I know. Like this.
I go with the same toilet twice.
Same toilet twice. I now have my portable toilet.
No, you can only use
You
it
just
once,
walk
Jose.
around with a toilet?
No. But I only use that toilet.
Oh, same one toilet for the rest of your life, and it's
Yeah.
your portable toilet.
Yeah.
All right.
So you just-
Where do you keep it?
Yeah, exactly.
In the
I
trunk of my
have so
car.
many questions right now.
In the trunk of your car. It's like a training potty.
Yeah.
That'd be a hell of a
Adult training potty.
that would be a hell of a first date.
Okay, but technically you're using the same toilet.
That's the
Yeah.
option he went with. Yeah, same toilet, but he's gonna buy a portable toilet. Solve the issue. Wow.
Okay.
Who needs indoor plumbing? Just,
Would you rather have diarrhea twice a day or pee twice as frequently as you do now?
So basically, you become 60 or 80. I mean, that's what you're asking. I mean,
yes, I'll do the 60.
I mean,
I'll do diarrhea twice a day.
no, that's the peeing one. Is 60. The 80 one is diarrhea.
Oh, then I'll
I mean,
do that 80. I'll do 80.
Let's.
I'll do 80.
I'll do the peeing one. I don't know this 60-80 thing, but
Yeah. Well, I mean, depends. You can depend on them.
I'd rather pee twice as much.
Would you rather have telekinetic abilities or mind control?
How about brain control? Please, please tell me you guys watched Dinner for Schmucks.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Thank God. Oh my God. You guys really had me
We're all
worried
like,
there for a
what?
second. Brain. You have mind control, but I've got brain control.
Underrated movie.
It's great.
Zach Galifianakis is a genius.
No, I honestly.
Yeah, mind control.
Yeah.
Yeah, mind control.
Make everybody in traffic be like, oh, I'm just going to go over to the next lane.
See, but with telekinetic
Agreed.
powers, you can just like throw those cars.
Yeah, but I don't want to
Wait,
kill
I mean,
them.
that's kind of sadistic, but
Yeah,
I just
then you're
want
going to
them
go to
to
jail
get
for
out of my
killing
way.
people.
That's really aggressive,
Stop you.
Juan.
would they really be able to stop you?
Ooh, all right.
I mean, let's look at the movie. What was it? What was that movie where it was a group of friends that fell down a hole.
Oh, and they got the powers.
It's not Project Almanac. Is it Project X? Where they got the telekinetic powers.
Yeah.
And
Wait, no, isn't that time traveling?
No.
traveling one?
No. That's Project Almanac is the one where they time travel.
Okay.
But Project X, I think it
It's
was
the party one.
It was like
it's the one where they throw the big
No, it was
party.
like four
It's
kids.
not the one where they
four
throw the
kids,
big
and one
party.
was
and
going.
one turned bad.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
one turned bad.
Well, then which
I
one's
know
the
the
one
trailer,
where
I
they
never
throw the
saw it.
party? Which one's the one where the kids throw the party and they buy the ecstasy? And
I
they
think it's
hide it?
Project X.
That's Project X.
Yeah.
Is it Project X?
That
was
makes
Project
sense.
Party
too.
X? No.
Yeah, with the Kid Cudi remix.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
No, that was crazy. That's ridiculous. But no, the other one with the telekinetic powers. I mean, dude, that's pretty serious. You could definitely go ahead and I don't know, rule the world.
Before we move on to the next beer, I just want to say how much I enjoy Gunfighter Blonde. I really enjoy the bubblegum bubblegum notes that the yeast lends. It's fantastic. And if somebody wanted to get this, where could they? Where could they get it?
Okay, so we just changed distributors. We went from Nomad, which great guys, Eric and Lou Rodriguez. You would think they're brothers with the last name, but they're not. They're outstanding guys. They've done a great job. But due to the requirements of the business itself, in terms of growth, we had to switch over to Brown. And right now, we are still working on a couple of things with them. It should be available again to the general public within about a week.
Fantastic, cool.
Yeah.
And in the meantime,
you can always come down to the tap room and drink it up.
We're still really heavily saturated in Coconut Grove and South Miami. Slowly but surely, we're going to be making our way into like Wynwood, and right now it's actually the beer of the month at Books and Books in Coral Gables.
cool.
Yes.
It's actually the beer of the summer. So for the rest of the summer, you can find it at Books and Books in Coral Gables. Yeah.
Good times.
Awesome.
Okay.
Okay, so again, let's move on to the next beer. So the next beer that we're going to have is 90 Mile. Now, This one, the version that we will be having is 45 IBUs and 5.5% ABV. It is double dry hopped with Simcoe and Centennial hops. It is a delicious, refreshing summer beer. The version that we canned, in our 6-packs, is actually at 60 IBUs. It's a little bit more aggressively hopped for the bitterness. And instead of being double dry hopped, we toned it down to just a single dry hop, but we upped the amount of hops in the first hop. This beer, in terms of the name, and people are wondering why it's called 90 Mile. In the early 60s, Cubans had to flee Cuba due to an extremely oppressive, or a government that was turning oppressive. And they fled to the United States, where they found a government that was willing to help. And that brotherhood between America and Cubans continues on today. And I personally understand and know by trying to start up this brewery. When I was looking for help in learning and understanding the business in 2010, I asked a few people and was turned away because I was taken as not serious. And the person who took me most seriously was Brian Podwinski out of Lincoln, Nebraska. His brewery is called Blue Blood Brewing Company. He actually sits on my board now. And he opened his doors and said, hey, come up, brew in our system, learn the trade, and I'll teach you what I know. And this beer was made in that spirit. It was to showcase the fact that, America is actually about brotherhood and about working together and learning together and making new experiences. So it's a very special beer to me, and it's one of our flagships because of that.
That's fucking awesome. That's the most serious shit I've heard on this fucking show in its entire run.
What the fuck just happened?
I'm gonna cry, man.
All right, so let's get one more. Let's get this seriousness out of here.
Oh, shit. Here comes. Were you rather have dicks for toes or nose?
I'm kidding. Our final would you rather is always the most serious one of the night. Would you rather have fingers as long as your legs, or legs as long as your fingers?
Fingers as long as my legs. Can you imagine how much I can bitch slap a person?
Yeah.
That's exactly my thought. That was exactly where I went with that. You're wrong.
Or tap someone on the shoulder. It's like really far ahead of you.
Well,
Stop it,
what I
Becky.
can do with that finger.
It's still finger shaped. It's not like it's not a leg. I'm not getting legs for fingers. I'm getting leg length fingers, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So your fingers are still the same diameter?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Yes.
It'd be really creepy.
Yeah,
What
feel like a
alien
horror
movie was it
character.
where they had like really long fingers and it was
Like
just
Nosferatu and shit. Or fucking aliens. Fucking, they had long ass fingers.
the scary thing about aliens is just that it's that secondary mouse. Yeah.
E.T.
What movie was it that they had really, really long fingers and it was just like weird? Oh, it was like Legion.
Wasn't it also Hellboy?
Yep.
Then the Waterman?
Pan's Labyrinth.
That's what
That creature
Yes.
was weird too.
Niña, escúchame.
So terrifying.
Muchísimas gracias, señor.
Fucking eyeballs in your hands.
Yes. It's all right. It could be worse.
So you got a topic, JJ?
Yes, I do. All right. So bring out the big guns for, at the Brewery Series here at NightLife. So, there's a lot of new things opening up. At Disney World, we got Toy Story Land just opened up. Very exciting. And, next fall we got Star Wars Land, which all of us are very excited about. But
Star Trek Land coming soon?
no,
Uh-huh.
there's already a land that's more fantastical than all of them. It's Jeju Land, Love Land, in Korea. It is a sex theme park in Korea.
Yes.
It had to be either
Yes.
Korean or Japanese.
So,
What?
Yes.
Yes.
It is.
Yes.
No matter of
The racist sections used it.
Who else? What other?
Not represent that of Beer Bros BS nor its affiliates or
All right,
sponsors.
what other culture would produce something called hentai?
Yeah. So.
Use panties on vending machines.
Okay,
This is true.
I don't know how you know about that, and nor will I ask, but I know now.
He's a major investor.
He's already in trouble, so you might as well just pile it on by this point. So, Jeju Land, Loveland is for 18 and over, though you can drop off your children in the Sexland children's area.
What is that like?
Yeah, like what?
So, good luck with that. And so, it's a wide range of.
Be right back, sweetheart.
Also, I'll throw.
We're going to leave you off with this
Thailand.
nice man who offers you candy.
Could be Thailand.
Yes, Bangkok. There you go.
Yeah, well, you're going to
Lady
be doing
boys.
plenty. You're going to do plenty of that.
Any
at this
girl
park.
that's name starts with T used to be a boy. Just stay away.
What?
All right, well, let's move on from that.
Army intelligence. Just
All
shut
right.
up.
Oh, okay.
It's like Tony. Is that what you're saying?
So, anyway, so there's a varied amount of rides that you can take on this.
I'm sure.
Amongst said rides, we've got the spinning tit cups.
Spinning
tit
cups.
Yep. So they're
right.
shaped like boobs.
Fantastic.
So they have, I don't know.
So this is an amusement park,
Right. So it's like
All around sex.
yeah. So it's got like
like an erotic museum, but with rides.
basically.
you
So
have the
everything
subway
is
ride.
shaped phallic or
It just takes the fun out of that joke. You can ride this ride.
Oh my
or
god,
you
I
have to
wonder
be
what the
this tall to
Ferris
ride this
wheel
ride.
is.
yeah. So no. That's a great question. First of all, each individual park is a different part of the
A different
Is it the
park.
furry wheel?
And so you're
Phallic
talking
wheel.
about, you've got labias over the place. We've got.
Wait, is that the water slide?
Yeah.
Misters.
Unless you get to a certain age. Unless you get to a certain age, then you need to bring your own.
Yeah. Well played. So, on top of that, so we've got, man, I don't know how to describe this ride. If you've ever been to like a basic county fair, they have ones where everyone stands up like the Gravitron. I don't know.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
The universal ride.
Yes.
Yes.
But each thing you stand in is a cock.
No.
So the ride is a bunch of spinning cocks.
Well, tell me that they're floppy. Tell me that as
Do I have to hold on to them? Like,
Oh, man, I would hate to be the person that is like right in front of the one that gets unglued from the wall and it's not
Yeah. So all the rides seem very interesting, but I found one of the most interesting things of this theme park. I was going to tell you about a bunch of different ones, but this one's so good, I'll just stick with this one and talk about more later. Their water fountains are very body parts. So when you go to get water, you're getting water out of a dick, or you're getting water out of a titty, or out of an ass, whatever. You have your choice, I guess.
You seem so enthused about this. It's a little scary, actually.
It's pretty funny.
I'm dying
water
to
fountain.
go.
Wait, JJ, which water fountain would you have?
I gotta try them all, man.
This is a would you
I'm
rather
trying all
question
of
right
them.
here. This is a would you rather moment.
So my question for you guys, would you want to see this park? Would you actually visit? Just out of curiosity.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't pay to go,
Meh.
but that doesn't mean I wouldn't go.
Nah, man.
What? Why not?
Look, I hate going to strip clubs.
This would be the
You hate going to strip clubs?
I do.
But this is
You're
different.
lying.
But this
Swear
is
to God,
different.
I do.
Nobody's asking you for money. You're just riding
are
rides.
at the entrance
At
gate.
the entrance.
I mean-
it's just a cover charge. It's just a
Right.
cover charge.
But you
Yeah, it's
constantly
just a cover
see
charge,
tits
just
and
like-
they're not like, can you
Yeah,
take me to my
the idea also of the park, it's supposed to be educational, and they
Well,
have,
do have condom demonstrations?
yeah, they do. They have all
Awesome.
kind of like
live porn?
they have like a ride that's STDs or whatever, and like it's supposed to like make you sick.
That sounds
Ugh.
like my high school.
Like it spins you around so much you get sick.
That sounds like going to like high school, Catholic high school, all over again. These are the STDs you need to watch out for. Thank you for making me terrified of sex.
who was your sex ed teacher?
Sex ed teacher?
Yeah.
Man.
And most
I
importantly,
want to say mine was Coach Aparicio.
Coach Aparicio?
I think so. I think
No, Takashell.
Takasha.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, so look, our sex ed in at Belen consists of one day, everybody packed into the auditorium and shown every
Body part.
messed up STD you could possibly get. There was one STD that it scarred. I couldn't eat lunch because I had this fourth period right before lunch, and if you poured alcohol on one part of the body that it was inflamed, then the other parts would actually go ahead and sizzle as well because it was all connected. And I was like, what alien crap is that? I have never seen that in my... I don't even know if that's real. But you know what? They definitely put the fear of God into me. It was great. Yeah. And then we had Father Eddie's like, you will go to hell. I just want you to know Jesus frowns upon you. And it's like, wow, thank you.
Nice.
With his elf ears.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So I hope everyone enjoyed that. So stay tuned. I've got some more theme parks. Just to give you a teaser, I've got the Soviet Interrogation Experience theme park. Get ready.
Soviet Interrogation?
Yeah. It's a theme park for fun. Yeah. Good luck with that.
Wow.
Tune in next week.
Well, I mean, if it's like James Bond theme.
Nope. I'm not going to talk about it.
You're not going to talk about it?
You got to listen next week.
I'm actually pretty interested in that one.
That's weird.
It's an army thing. It's like, hey, so what happened during the Soviet era? How did the armies fight against each other? What happened during the Cold War with spies? How is that not interesting?
I think it's interesting. I like spy shit.
Right? Yeah.
They shot down planes from...
Well, did you guys watch that movie, Atomic Blonde?
No.
I mean, okay, so while it is kind of a slow build, I mean, it was a good movie. It was an entertaining movie. And
gory as fuck.
What?
Gory as fuck.
Yes, gory. Especially with that ice pick. That was like stupid.
Or the
I was
shaver,
like, wow, okay.
The little shaver where they shave off like little pieces at a time.
So we're not going to talk about that. I understand you have some sort of thing with dirty used underwear and stuff. I don't know. We're not going to talk about that though. Okay. But yeah,
that was a moment. All right,
yeah, it was a moment. Right, but no, the whole movie itself. I mean, anything to do with that era is actually fairly interesting. And if they're making a theme park out of Soviet-esque era interrogation techniques, I mean,
I don't know. Am I the only one that doesn't want to?
There we go. That's what we call in the biz a tease.
Yeah, I really wouldn't want to get a.
I really
I don't want to get
wouldn't do that.
waterboarded
I don't know. I'm
okay,
just
no,
not
I
interested.
See, now you're interested. This is how we hook the listeners.
I'm kind of curious, actually.
Send me pictures, Juan.
So tag on to that. My topic is evidently this website called Pornhub.
Never heard
of it. No idea what you're talking about.
Is now offering subtitles for deaf and hard of hearing viewers.
I've heard of this.
Weren't we talking about this on the last episode?
I think we were talking about it before.
Oh.
Don't
I think
wait, shouldn't they have like sign language people like on the bottom of the screen?
That would be awesome.
That would be far better than subtitles.
So they're starting out with over 1,000 top viewed videos from the sites that include straight, popular with women, gay, bi, and transsexual categories. So they are all inclusive.
Of course.
So, I mean, great.
Shout out to all our deaf listeners.
So do they have like a person there doing sign language?
I hope you're reading this.
Corner?
I think they're subtitles.
Oh, it's subtitles. That'd be great if there was like a person in the corner while you're like.
Oh my gosh!
Actually, I don't think
that would be great. It's just like,
I don't think people appreciate how much the porn industry actually moves forward technology, especially streaming media.
And also,
we're gonna need more bandwidth.
What was that
video?
What was that meme about? Like porn, like increasing the size of the screen of the phones, like before. There's a meme about that.
That's why they had to do waterproof phones.
And also,
wow.
And also, according to the Pornhub,
we're borrowing your phone.
Wow.
I love it.
Please stop touching me with your phone. I need to burn the shirt now.
Your sleeve's gonna glow in the dark now.
Yeah. God damn it.
So now they're closed captioning. They were created via Pornhub's humanitarian division called Pornhub Cares, which also hosts other projects, including Pornhub Cares Scholarship, which gives $25,000 in scholarship money to a university student.
Holy shit!
Wow.
I was gonna say they're giving out hand jobs or something, but
all right. Wow, I'm actually impressed.
Me too, actually.
That's impressive.
So let's not forget Pornhub Cares.
Yep,
they do care.
Thank you, Pornhub.
Yeah, thank you, Pornhub. Making the world go round.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And round.
Pornhub is for the kids
and up
over
and down.
18.
And down.
Jesus. You all need some Jesus in your life. That's all I know.
So I guess we're ready for our next beer.
Yes. So the next beer is Don't Haze Me, Bro. And this is an IPA that was made by John Cooper, our former head brewer. It is a delicious beer. And in true traditional fashion of his humor, it is not a hazy IPA. It is actually fairly clear. It is 63% ABV. The IBUs in terms, International Bitterness Unit, awesome. I believe range from at 70, and it is a very nice beer to drink.
Have you ever had anybody on tap say, "Oh, the haziness on this"?
Actually, yes. So one of the Brown representatives was in here. And he's like, "I'll have the Don't Haze Me, Bro." And this is like when we were negotiating. And he looks at me and goes, "This is not hazy." And I looked at him and was like, "That's kind of the point. Don't haze me." You know, like it says it in the name. And he did not find that humorous, but I did. I mean, kind of called him out on it, but whatever.
It took me by surprise for sure. I was kind of expecting it to be hazy, and I was like, "Oh,
no,
it's not."
It is
but it's
very,
definitely
very, very good.
it's aromatic and very crushable, in line with the Northeast style. But it has that clarity that's been missing from the beer scene. I hate it when people shit on Pliny the Elder, and they're like, "Oh, it's not so nice to take a picture of." I think, I guess this is going to be my topic for today. Fuck it.
Go ahead, Alex.
Instagram is ruining beer.
Yes.
Instagram is bad for beer.
Why?
Because beer is meant to be drank, not looked at. Like, obviously, now I understand. I understand that beer is actually enjoyed with all five senses, right? From the cracking open of the bottle, and you hear the psst, like even your ears, right? I used to joke with people, and I'd hold the beer to my ear, and I'd be like, "Oh, this is can you hear the carbonation levels on it?" But yeah, I understand it's like a full sensory experience, and yeah, the appearance is definitely, you want it to look nice, but just. I don't know. I think Instagram is ruining beer. I really do.
I mean, that's a valid point.
But when people put it on Instagram, it's usually not about the beer, but themselves.
No, I'm not tasting it. I can only see it on Instagram.
Yeah.
You're limiting the beer to just one sense.
Well, although I'd have to say I found beers because of Instagram, because of looking at that picture.
I
It's
agree.
like, wow, that
you bring up a very good point right there.
There are pros.
And there's
Discovery.
also another, like, looking at the history of beer, glassware has largely improved because of beer. If you look back and you see how we used to drink beer out of stone, glass, or clay, for that matter, yeah, the beer wasn't clear, wasn't nice to look at. In fact, I bet any one of us sitting at this table would hesitate at drinking one of those beers because we're like, "Oh, what kind of homebrew is this, man? Time out. Let's think twice about this. This looks a little infected."
Not my homebrew. Sort of.
But as we've moved forward with...
Oh, my God. Does this look infected to you?
Oh, Jesus. You see, that's what happens after you go to that sex park. Does this look
Juan goes back to that one time in the auditorium and he's
I
like,
know.
"Oh, God."
No, that's horrible. Like,
Come on, Juan. Set my passport.
Oh, my God. Oh. But if you look at how beers come through and the development of glassware, yes, it is appeasing. Yes, you do see something clear, gorgeous, and delicious in a glass, a liquid that you actively want to taste and try. And yes, Instagram has done wonders for beer and has done detrimental harm. Okay, in my opinion, there are things that are Instagram and on for that matter Facebook, which have sparked contentious debate as to what a good beer should be. And honestly, the best beer is the beer you enjoy. It doesn't matter what anybody else's opinion is. I personally could not like a beer. But if you enjoy it, who am I to tell you you're wrong?
Absolutely, yeah. Definitely about personal taste.
And at the end of the day, if you want a hazy IPA, which... hey, there are some really good ones out there. If you want a pastry stout that, tastes like cake, and there are some good ones out there. If you want that, then how do I go ahead and say anything negative about that? You know, it's based on your opinion. It's based on your taste.
Everyone needs that mindset right now.
what I don't like is the fact that on Facebook and on Instagram, as soon as you say some opposing view, you're immediately jumped down by everybody else who considers them a beer aficionado. It's like, listen, I'm sorry, but it's about your personal experience.
Not going to mention any groups.
No, I mean, look.
No international picture groups will be mentioned.
All right, you threw that bow. I'm not throwing that one down. But look, at the end of the day, what we got to realize as an industry and as consumers, because all of us sitting at this table, even though I own the brewery, I make the beer, I'm still a consumer. And what all of us need to realize is that beer and any actual liqueur is a personal experience. It is something that each one of us enjoy and experience on a separate level. And without that understanding, you can never really, truly get the meaning of what it means to be a social lubricant. Sorry, I got a little deeper than you probably want.
I'm just piggybacking off what you're saying. It's agreed, though. And an Instagram post is also your personal experience, too. But I agree. Like, Instagram is kind of ruining craft beer.
It just it becomes about trends. And I'm happy that the Pilsner and the Lager are coming back into vogue. That's definitely something that we've been missing.
Well, I mean,
there was two very good ones at Free Wills, actually.
Yeah. So, I mean, but that also goes into the larger trends at a whole. Like,
were you talking about Pabst Blue Ribbon?
No.
Hey,
wow.
Probably had like 8 of those.
We could do
listen,
we could do shotguns of that all day long.
Yeah.
But when you're
did.
talking, yeah, we did. When you're talking about like lagers and these easy drinking beers coming back into vogue, overall the general market wants something that's easy to drink because they're not looking to get typically hammered. They're not looking to get so messed up that they don't know what they're drinking or eating for that matter. You want a beer to help accentuate. It's supposed to be an accent on your night. It's supposed to be an accent on your experience. You're not supposed to be drinking just to get messed up on these beers. I mean, you can.
Oh, you definitely can.
And you will.
And you will.
Yeah, Jose.
You'll have those nights. But at the end of the day, what you really want, what people are, from my experience and from what I've seen, again, this is a personal experience, from what I've been able to glean, is that people want something that help them enjoy their friends. It's not something that, oh man, there's a time and place for everything, and that's college. But it's not something that as you get older that you sit down and say, I really want to get messed up. As you get older, as we've gotten older, it's more about what helps me enjoy my friends more. And that's the meaning of craft beer. But in my opinion, that's what I find to be most interesting about going out to these events and doing the tap takeovers and doing the happy hours, is seeing people enjoy being with their coworkers, their friends, enjoying their coworkers, their friends, and the other things that typically is missed in the craft beer world.
Everybody always loves to talk about the craft beer community. And I think it's because early on, when people get into it, that everybody's it's sort of the fact that it brings people together that really puts people onto it. And then you start to see the same people over and over again. It just feels like this little club. And then sometimes it gets a little perverted, and in the sense that
you went to Berlin.
In all senses of the word.
You definitely went to Berlin.
No, but people start to, I don't know. I think Instagram isn't used the best way. Like, I'm all about trading and stuff, but I hate the shitlords that just fucking flip bottles.
Yeah.
That shit's whack.
I fucking hate that shit.
That's just whack.
I mean,
fuck the profiteers.
Yep. No. And just to keep it brief, but I'm totally with you. If it wasn't for besides my friends, but if it wasn't for the craft beer scene blowing up here in Miami, I would have dipped. Like, there just wasn't things I was connecting with outside of my friends. I was like, this city isn't for me. And then as the craft beer scene rose and I met all these new amazing people like you guys, and Alex, shit, I know you until the thing.
Thanks, guy.
Or Jose.
Last but not least, Alex.
You're the reason, Alex.
I've known you for some years now.
No, I'm kidding. I love you, baby.
You're his reason. His reason
Well, I
for
wouldn't
everything.
know
I love you
Alex
too,
either way,
JJ.
but
Yeah.
No, but I think
we knew
that's
each other.
a big thing. Like,
And the only reason he said that is because you didn't shit on his topic today.
no, if it was video games, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look, everybody wants to belong to something. Everybody wants to enjoy something with their friends. And that craft beer definitely opens up that avenue. And, however, again, with the Instagram and Facebook stuff, we just have to make sure we don't come across as arrogant, because this is an experience. It's a personal experience. And I find it that on Instagram and Facebook, people take things, one, way too seriously, and two, they neglect to bring in new people. By being arrogant, by talking about
Or
bad,
champion for just one brewer.
or champions for one brewery, they neglect to bring in everybody else that needs to be a part of this community. And I'm sorry, but I mean, what's the point? If you're going to do that, what's the point?
It's all about the unity.
So let me ask you guys. So how did the brewery get started? I know you talked about the original, your original beer, but
So I'll tell you how I got into craft beer and how I started brewing. So I got out of the Army in 2010, and I started going back to the University of Miami right after I got out of the Army.
Whoosh, whoosh.
The U. Love that place.
Yeah, Seminoles suck.
We got
They don't
some
belong in my
kings
house.
over here.
Yeah.
Hey, you see that flag over there? It's the U.
That's right.
It's the U's house. Just letting you know.
I understand that is a you. Yes, I do understand that. Very well.
All right.
Ring.
That's why. So we got three. Did you go to UM too, Danny?
I danced there for 4 years.
Oh, awesome.
She was part of the, what, Sensations? No.
Hurricanettes.
Hurricanettes.
You were
Sorry.
Shout out to the
Hurricaneette?
Hurricanettes. Love you, ladies.
No
Yes.
way. Practicing on the IM field.
Oh, crrr.
I had my art on display one time at UM. So
There
there
you
you go.
go,
I
man.
count
You know
it.
what? I love
That counts.
it.
And I wanted to go there.
So yeah.
Cool.
So, so I got out of Afghanistan, ETS out of the Army, and 3 months later, I was at University of Miami. And let me tell you, the transition, this is something that I find very, very alarming. The transition from Army life to civilian life is very hard. I will speak of my personal experience only. I was very frustrated and very upset at how things were going on in what we call the civilian world. People were very unaware of what freedoms we had versus other parts of the world. People were very unaware about what was important in life, especially, I mean, you're talking about 18, 19-year-old kids. And I had served with 18 and 19-year-old men and women, which gave their lives and left behind families. You know, it's a different mentality altogether, and I was trying to find a way of relieving that stress. I tried the gym, didn't work. I tried Krav Maga, jiu-jitsu, everything else wasn't working for me. And I was sitting down at what was then cervezas, which everybody should raise a glass to, because that was amazing.
Yes, cervezas. Cheers.
Many memories there.
Memories.
Cervezas.
So,
Cervezas. Yeah.
cervezas. Always cervezas.
Yep.
Carlos, Scott, all those guys who were there, the original guys.
Scott sauce.
Yeah,
Scott sauce.
Belly flop.
all you guys made that possible. And I was sitting down with my buddy having a beer, and I said, I wish we could have this, or I wish we could make this, really. And he said, be at my house tomorrow at 12. It was a little cryptic. I thought I was going to meet my ends, but all right, whatever. I showed up at his house. He had a fully functioning distillery in his backyard. He had all the ingredients for beer on his kitchen countertop. I had forgotten that he had gotten his master's degree in chemical engineering and did this for fun.
Is this Scott?
No, this is William Curtis. I graduated from Berlin with him. So he now works for the DoD doing secret squirrel projects. I don't know.
Soviet interviews.
So yeah. So as soon as we started making beer, for the first time, I felt a massive weight lift off my chest. It was amazing. It was very distressing to me. It was it was zen. I don't know if I can really explain it as that, but that's what it felt like to me. And every time I'm up on that brew stand making a beer, even if it's for the 100th time, that's where I go back to. I feel at home. I feel at peace. It's a different thing for me, I guess. And that's how I got started. And when I graduated from University of Miami in 2012, I had a choice. Either continue down the road of my PhD track for psychology, or I could try and start something myself. And I decided that I love making beer so much that I'm going to do this full time. So I started going to the launch pad 3-4 times a week, developing the numbers, developing the business plan. I went through 40 different business plans. I went through 22 different banks, 105 different investors before I got my first check. And, this started in 2012. Now we're here in 2017. Or 2018, sorry.
Yeah, what?
Sorry.
Maybe 2019 when they hear the podcast.
Yeah. So, and
just kidding, Dave. You've been doing a great job lately.
So,
Thanks.
and along the way, I met an incredible cast of people that have helped me get to here. I mean, I want to thank, honestly, William Cars for getting me started, JJ Wood for helping me come up with the concept of Nightlife, John Cooper, who helped make the beers and refine them to what they are today, Scott Livesley, who he helped get me and John into Cervezas and do our first showcase. I mean, without him, I don't think the mass public would have understood as to what we're trying to do. It's just an incredible cast of people that without their support, I wouldn't be here today. And, while some of them are not here, listen, I understand it. I get it. But thank you.
Man. Happy to be here, man. Want to talk about a little bit, what's on tap here, what people can check out?
Yeah. So right now, what we got on tap, let's start off with our cores, right? So we got the Gunfighter Blonde, Hefeweizen. We have the 90 Mile Pale Ale. We've got the Daring Brunette Brown Ale. We have the Don't Haze Me Bro. We have the Easy Drinking Amber, the Rye Saison. We have the regular Thunderbird Milk Stout, and then we have the Thunderbird Decadent Stout, which we're not going to have.
Yeah, that's going to be...
Yeah, very
Next
exclusive.
Next beer. Yeah. So, I originally made...
What a segue. It's called a segue in the biz.
It is.
Segue.
You mean that little thing that people roll around on?
That's after a show.
Oh, that's after a show. Okay, cool. So Thunderbird Milk Stout is a stout that took 10 different malts to make, and about 100 pounds of lactose inside of it. And then I added cacao nibs and Madagascar bourbon vanilla beans to it. And the reason I did that was because my mom asked me for something that was Guinness, but better. I looked at her.
Shout out to Mama Nightlife,
yeah,
who comes in here every day.
She does. I love her to death. But yeah, she asked me for a chocolate beer that was like Guinness, but better. And this is what I came up with. And yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
No, it's really fucking awesome. Yeah,
it's very
to me, this is straight dessert.
It was definitely meant to be a dessert beer, something that you can enjoy with someone after a meal. That's why we serve it in a 10-ounce snifter, and yeah.
So good.
Yeah, and it works out, and obviously we're smart. We kept it for the end, so you get it nice and room temperature. Brings out the balance. You get, the vanilla, you get the chocolatey, you get the creaminess.
I love
There's chocolate milk.
Scoop of ice cream in
It's
there.
delicious.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. That's awesome.
Yeah.
You can thank my mom for that. Don't thank me. Thank my mom.
Thanks,
It's
Mama
like-
Nightlife.
Yeah, she had to go through so many bad beers. It was horrible. Okay, so
I call this one
So
Moco
wait,
Loco.
Can I tell them what she told me?
oh, please, by all means.
Okay,
I'm a
so-
little scared about this, but yeah, please tell.
So she was just talking to me, and she's like, "Oh, Danny, thank you for coming on board." I'm like, "Of course, I love Juan. Juan's been great to me." And she's like, he started off with all these contraptions in the bathroom, and I was like, "What the hell's going on here? There's all this stuff going on."
Oh.
And she's like, "And now we're here, and it looks just so great." And I'm like, what do you mean all these contraptions in the bathroom? She's like, Danny, you don't understand. Like there was this Juan's laboratory all over my house.
Let me explain. Okay,
the toilet pump turned into a fucking.
Like,
considering considering the would you rather questions earlier, let me explain and clarify. Okay,
thanks for being a part of this, Danny.
So when I started homebrewing with John Cooper, we took over my parents' house library bathroom and turned that into the fermentation room. It was great. We had all of our buckets in there. I mean, we started off on Home Depot coolers and a turkey fryer, like everybody else starts off on. And, we put all of our beers to ferment there. There was this one Thanksgiving, I will never forget this, that we made a Hefeweizen 2 days prior to Thanksgiving, where my sister was going to bring her then boyfriend, now fiance, home to meet the family. And John looked at me, he's like, are you sure this is going to be okay, man? Like, sometimes this might have a sulfuric, smell. I was like, yeah, we'll be fine. We're fermenting at a temperature control. We're good. Don't worry about it, man. So we make the beer. We put it inside the library bathroom. 24 hours go by, no smell. 48 hours go by. My sister walks in and goes, what in the name of God is that smell? Why does it smell like rotten eggs? I freaked out. I was like, oh my God, chancleta time, big time. It is.
Coming around the corner.
And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the fact that I went to Iraq, Afghanistan. It doesn't matter how old I am. I am terrified of my mother. Dude, she got nose blind to it, but she walked out of the house for 5 hours, came back, and was like, oye, come here. Juancito, oye, come here. Dude, I will never live that down, ever. So it's all home brewing equipment, not contraptions.
Were you brewing a lager?
She said it was contraption.
No, a Hefeweizen. We used.
Don't believe him.
So what ended up happening was that the AC wasn't turned on, and it just got way too hot. The Hefeweizen yeast strain worked too hard, and it just started smelling like rotten eggs. I mean, it happens occasionally. That, or it could have been an infection. I mean, either way. It ended up with me being yelled at a lot and put into what we call penitencia.
The rotten egg.
What we call.
The rotten egg ends up being what sulfur oxide.
Yeah, it's all sulfur. It was all sulfur. And John, when I texted him, I was like, "Dude, it smells like sulfur." He's like, "I'm not coming to your house for a month," and he didn't. He literally straight up did not come to my house for a month. So just to avoid my mom's evil eye. Thanks, bro. Thank you for letting me deal with that on my own.
But she's the best. Honestly.
Yeah, she is the best. I mean, she comes in here, she helps out a lot. She's been very supportive. And yes, I apologize to her and my brother and sister for having them taste every crappy beer I've ever made. They were my guinea pigs. They really were. Everything I put out that I was like, hey, maybe we should dump this. Can you try it first, though?
You might get diarrhea for a week. Here,
they had it.
Support me.
No, my brother looked at me and was like, dude, no more. No more. You either get it right or you don't give it to me at all. I was like, why? Take it.
Does this taste like vanilla boogers?
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah.
What about you, Danny? How'd you get here?
How'd I get to where I am now? Anybody remember World of Beer?
Oh, yeah.
She made the dollars over there.
Yeah, so I did World of Beer. I opened the one in Kendall. Shout out to Kendall. I helped with the opening of Midtown. I trained at Dadeland. Shout out to Dadeland, all the World of Beer Dadeland people. I worked at Coconut Creek. I opened a lot of that franchise. And when things started changing and I got a second job, I decided to join a awesome distributor called Cavalier, which is the craft authority. And they're awesome. And I got introduced to a bunch of brands and I got to know the distributor side of things and meet a lot of people, meet a lot of different breweries. And then one day I was working a festival and Juan walked up to me and was like, you are my brand. And I was like, I am Danny Dollars. I don't know what you're talking about. And he was like, you are my brand. And I was like, okay. So then we just started talking, and then he was like, you know a lot about craft beer? And I was like, absolutely. Like, I love craft beer. I've always loved craft beer. I did a lot of training for World of Beer. To work at World of Beer, you have to go through beer school because there was 550 different beers, so you had to learn. And yeah, basically, World of Beer. Whoop, whoop, RIP.
Yeah. None left in Miami.
I know.
It's kinda
Coconut
sad.
Creek is owned by corporate now, so you can go up there.
That's the closest one, right?
Yep, that's about it. Yeah.
The other one that you have to go to is Orlando or Tampa.
Yeah, Dr. Phillips is pretty awesome too.
Shout out to Pensacola.
What about?
Hey, you're halfway. Hey, Brad, you're halfway there.
What you said about?
Yeah,
So
shout
they
out
still
to
have one
Brad.
in,
Never
in-
fucking listens to this shit.
in West Palm on Clematis? No.
R.I.P. Clematis.
Oh, that one closed too.
All of them.
Wow.
Fuck.
R.I.P. Clematis. R.I.P. A lot of them.
I know they closed Key West.
Plantation Key West closed too. Yeah.
And at the same time, it seems like there's a new Tap 42 popping up every other day.
Brass Tap? There's going to be a Brass Tap at where Wab Dayland was.
Yeah. Tap 42. Yeah, Tap 42. Shout out to the people at Tap 42. They support Nightlife and really appreciate them. And yeah, they're
Where
awesome.
there is death, there is life.
Fact.
Okay, Jose, you got a topic?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, let's talk about a little bit of cybersecurity. Why don't we?
Sounds riveting.
Or do you want to talk about Miami?
Whatever you want to talk about.
No, well, recently I've been reading the news articles, and I've been finding that there's a lot of crazy shit going on in Miami, dude.
Do tell.
Yeah.
One of them is armless man stabs person.
You saw that? Was it where were the tourists
Armless
from?
man stabs.
Yeah,
person?
yeah.
Yes.
So he must have had what was
he
it,
had
scissors.
In his mouth?
No, in his foot.
Yeah, in his foot. What was it though? Scissors?
Yeah, he had scissors in his foot. Somebody approached him and touched him on the head, and then he turns around and stabs him with scissors in the
So
foot.
it was self-defense.
Yeah, it was self-defense, and then he ran off
Who ran
He
off?
ran
The
off
harmless
with the
man
scissors?
ran off. He hopped
Running
away.
with scissors.
Yeah, he hopped away.
Also dangerous.
Running
He
with
hopped
scissors.
away, and the guy ended up going to the hospital, I guess, and then calling the cops on him, man. The poor guy.
He was a homeless guy, right? It was a
Yeah,
homeless guy with no
homeless
arms.
guy.
Yeah, I saw that one.
That's insane.
I mean,
Miami is known for eating people's faces and armless men stabbing people.
apart from that, on Instagram, I saw recently a parked car. Somebody left a parked car for sale in the middle of the road in Miami.
What part of Miami?
Just
Come on.
shoot me the bread, Venmo
Yeah,
it.
what's
Venmo
that?
it to me.
You know what? Just let me know.
66th
Right
Avenue.
here.
It's like a Miata or whatever. They just left it in the middle of the road with a for sale sign and a bucket and a stick. So, for
What?
safety.
Just in case.
You didn't see that picture, Alex?
Of the bucket and the stick? No. You sent it?
No, I did.
No, he did. Too.
I did.
Oh, no,
when
I
I
missed
saw
it. I
that, I
missed
was
it.
like, holy shit. The other one was like, how the fuck do you get in a car wreck and then you have 3 cars on top of each other? It's insane. And also people are starting copying the guy in the hood, hood of the car barreling down.
Yeah, what's
I-95.
that about? That's just stupid.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
I know, dude.
You didn't see the guy that was riding on the hood of somebody's car down a 95 express lane?
It sounds like something I did in high school.
He was on the phone. He was on the phone.
On the phone?
yeah, he was on the phone.
I mean,
Probably talking to the driver, please slow down.
No, the fucking
oh my
driver-
I'm on
god!
your fucking hood, bro. Still.
right.
No, the
it's-
fucking driver was calling me this guy was fucking harassing me, and he jumped
Oh,
on my hood,
shit.
and it was them calling the
Pizza
fucking
Hut?
police.
All right.
No.
Yeah, it's
Alright.
it's between a domestic issue, and
Yeah.
then she was driving away, and then he jumped on the hood, and he wouldn't.
Wait, is this a video of him punching the car in front?
No,
okay,
There's
that
a
was
guy
different.
hanging onto the hood of the car as it drives down 95.
They're going 75, 80 miles per hour.
Why
bro.
does that not strike me as surprising? I mean, that's not surprising. That sounds like something that would happen only
Sounds
in
a little bit
Miami.
sounds like a little bit like Florida, man.
Yeah.
Poaching topics, Jose.
No, it's not Florida, man.
Wow.
It's Miami,
I'm just
man.
gonna say, I
It's
might
Miami, man.
I might start coming up with cybersecurity topics.
Hey, so, dude,
Okay.
That's where I thought he was going.
People that move to Miami need to understand that driving here is an entirely different experience. right? You're driving with people that don't understand there are rules that govern the road. So you
wait. There are rules?
You see? There you go. Done.
One of the rules.
I mean, one rule is don't go to Hialeah. Don't drive into Hialeah. You're going to get lost in Hialeah. I swear to God.
I have a question.
What's that, Danny?
When you're merging lanes, do you put on your turning signal and wait? Or are you a true Miamian and you turn on the turning signal as you merge?
No, I actually put it on after. I put it on after. I'm not trying to tell you. I'm not trying to tell you that I'm about to do it. I'm not giving away my moves.
Yeah.
I'm not giving away my moves.
People don't even know what I'm doing. I keep my moves secret.
No, I'm that asshole that merges right at the end of the merging lane.
No, that's what you're supposed to do.
No, you're supposed to merge before, as soon as you can.
Incorrect. Look up the fucking rules, dude. Like, you go all
This
the way.
guy is from somewhere not Miami.
I would say not. Because as you get closer, that line gets solid. It goes
The
from
fact that
dash
he
to
said, look at the
solid.
rules, give it away. That doesn't happen.
What rules?
No, the merge line's solid and it breaks up. And then when you get to the end, the idea, it's a merge. So the idea, we come together. You let in one. When you stop
I'm sure you pass on the
Doesn't
left
apply
lane
to
too.
Miamians.
No, here, man, you weave in and out, dude. You gotta fight that traffic.
So no turning signals, guys, or turning
Yeah, no,
signals?
I'm old school. I put turns.
Only if there's a
I
cop
put turn
around.
No. I
Turn on right lane.
Listen, I have noticed that the longer I leave my turning signal on, the less chance I have of passing anybody.
Exactly.
Oh, fuck this guy.
That's my problem.
like-
I'm like, damn.
They consider it a game. So I find it funny that if I'm turning into a lane, that my signal has been on for a while, I just go ahead and, you know what? Fuck you. I'm getting there. I'm going to turn. Whether you like it or not, I'm going to be in front of you.
No, the best is when we drive out of town and go somewhere else and do fucking Miami moves. And people are like looking at us like, fucking psycho.
Because you are. You are. This place has turned you into an animal.
Do you guys put your window down sometimes and you like really have to make a left and you're like, I really gotta go, or right? I do not care. I'm like, windows down. I'm like, hello.
I'm sorry. It's too hot outside. It's too hot outside. No.
The little wave, like.
Yeah.
See, look.
How are you?
See, I do that. I wait back. I acknowledge you exist. I don't let you in. I don't. I'm sorry.
I just stare at the person. I just like smile like.
No, like.
Please.
Or most likely, I don't know about you, but I have tinted windows, so at the same point, like, keep waving. You ain't gonna see shit.
I'm like Ray Charles. I don't know you exist.
I don't see nothing.
Ray Charles should not be driving.
No, but
it happens.
Okay, so the person that waves at me, I just point to the back person. I'm like, no, he's gonna let you in later.
I always think about that too. It's like, people think they're so nice letting somebody in, but what about everybody behind you?
Oh no,
they don't have anywhere to be.
Of course.
I've got a rule. It's called one motherfucker at a time. All right, you can go ahead. And then when that second car tries to go, I'm like, no. Fuck you, motherfucker. One.
It's like Publix. You
I
get
will
in line.
buy
You
stickers
get
if
on
you
a
make
number.
them.
No,
You need to get a sign, JJ. That you just stick out of your car. One motherfucker.
Yeah. So, yeah, dude, driving here has made me, like, honestly, I do have a stress ball in my car, specifically for when I'm driving. Cause I'm sorry, like, I drove in Iraq and like, I can't.
Well,
Oh
nothing's
my God.
more stressful than that.
No. All right. So I'll give you an example. And this is where my friends learn not to be in the car with me. So I'm in the car, I'm driving, and my buddy Jeff is in the passenger seat. And there are two lovely women who are in the back, who shall not be named, but they're in the back seat. And we're on US 1. They had just installed the camera on, I want to say 40th, right? So you're going down US 1 towards Brickell, and if you pass 40th, that thing goes off. Dude, that went off at night. My buddy Jeff rolls down the window. He's like, start shooting! I was like, ah! Like, I just slam on the gas. And I'm trying to elbow for my friend Van Dyke, who's not there, but he's on the 50 cal in my mind. I'm like, start opening up, Van Dyke! And the two girls are screaming. Because I'm just like weaving in and out of traffic. And it took us a couple minutes to calm down. I was like, man, that was hectic. And he goes, well, you drove like a perfect Miami guy, so you're fine. I was like, God damn it.
If you ever grew up playing like Twisted Metal or fucking Mario Kart, you're all right in Miami.
No, we play Beerio Kart around here.
Oh yeah,
Beerio Kart is the
right now. It's a Danger Zone. Danger Zone's the game.
Danger Zone.
Exactly. Some Sterling Archer.
Gotta love that. Gotta love me some Archer.
Yeah. No, that's coming up. A couple weeks. Get some of the Beer Bro listeners come over for a game night. We're doing DUI Danger Zone. So
DUI Danger Zone.
Yeah,
that sounds like my life.
Yeah, the idea of the game is to crash.
The idea of the game is to crash. Okay, so
to cause the biggest wrecks possible and rack up the most money from damage.
So when I was a teenager,
it's the dudes who used to make Burnout.
Oh my god, I love Burnout.
So I remember
Burnout was so good.
They had the crash party mode, so
yeah,
it's a whole game of just that.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm down.
See,
I'm down.
Come on over.
That reminds me of my teenage years when I first started driving. I totaled 3 cars, but that's neither here nor there.
Somehow, see, when Alex was away, I was like, I'm gonna think of some video game talk. So
Bro,
you don't talk shit.
Listen, I will take the heat for that. I love video games. I definitely, I'm down to play them. Where's mine?
Fuck you.
I got the can.
In front of you.
I got the can.
Oh no, but I want to drink all that.
Here.
So.
It's all right. I'll take. So this is called Hang
10 Shaka,
bro.
by Jay
Shout out to
Wakefield.
What to say on the bottom?
But it says your face.
Wait, what?
It says 3.5% alcohol by volume, 1 pint, brewed and canned by Jay Wakefield Brewing, 120 Northwest 24th Street. Well, how many?
Jake Winfield.
What are you saying?
I don't know what I'm saying. What are you talking about on the bottom?
On the bottom of the can,
They always put a message on the bottom.
The bottom of the can?
It says nothing on the bottom.
Entertainment purposes.
Porpoises.
So
Porpoises?
That was probably one of those cans that like got the bad like screen.
Wait,
the print on the bottom.
Who's talking?
Wait, who's talking right now?
Yeah.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Who?
For our listeners out there.
My name is Paul.
Hi, Paul.
Hi, Paul.
Welcome back, Paul.
Welcome, Paul.
Paul.
Oh, wait, you were on before.
You were on a previous episode.
Is this the Apostle Paul?
No.
Definitely not.
Don't anoint me that yet.
So I'm going to annoy you.
Bad things happen to that guy. So,
So tell us about the beer, Paul.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy to tell you about this beer because we added Montmorency cherry juice from the beautiful state of Michigan.
Nice.
Which is my home
Dave
state.
will mark out for that.
Dude, this is
Michigan in the house.
nice.
And we also combine that with some beautiful key lime juice from the beautiful state of Florida. So
Very nice.
I know what it doesn't say on the
traditional
bottom.
Berliner, and
It doesn't say Beer Bros BS.
we made this beer
That's
with
a
the
fault.
Dan Le Batard show for
gonna say,
Mike Ryan.
throw that over there.
This was his jam at the Union Beer Store anniversary party. Yeah, Union.
Yeah, Union Jam. 1 year.
Yeah, nice. Honestly, look, having this, I'm very, very happy with this. This is actually a really good beer, man.
It's great. It's
It really
great
is good.
beer.
Thank you. It's good for this heat, this ridiculous Miami heat.
Are you afraid of my
10.
Guatemalaness?
No, not at all.
Are you afraid of my Latino heat?
Not at all.
Latino heat.
Are you going to pour yourself some so I
I'm
can have
already-
some too?
Just gonna drink it out of the can.
I'm
Like a
drinking out of
G.
the can.
This beer.
It's
I
like
love
a
it.
G.
And by the way, I hope you got the birdcage reference because none of you guys laughed, and it wounds me so. I've been making like movie references, and no one picks up on it. And it's like, am I the only movie dork here?
No, I just think that you're very, very
Mensch
particular
Oh,
with your movies.
God. No,
I tried.
that's all right. Listen, it's all right,
It happens.
dude. This is good, man. I thank you very much for bringing the beer,
Thanks
man.
for joining us, Paul.
Thanks, Paul. Cheers.
Well, Danny, you brought this beer though, right?
Yes, I did because Mike
sorry.
and I are confused. We were really close, and he knows my family, I know his family, and he made this beer with Wakefield, and I wanted to give him a shout out because he's awesome. And if you watch the Dan Le Batard show, you know how awesome he is, and if you meet him in person, you know how awesome he is. So.
And how the gambling stats are for entertainment purposes only.
We don't know about those things. We don't speak about those things. Gambling stats.
Gambling
Nonsense.
Porpoises.
Porpoises.
Not to be confused with dolphins.
So before we get to what brings you bacon, does anybody have any other topics?
Yeah, real quick, just wanted to say that Future dropped Beast Mode 2, sequel to his 2015 mixtape, and I'm praying for you, Future. I'm praying for you, bro. That dude's got problems, man. Everybody loves to turn up to his music, but if you listen to what that man is saying, that shit is sad as fuck. That guy literally has a song, track 7, called "I Hate the Real Me."
Damn.
Whoa.
That's
Self-loathing.
Yeah,
Shit, man.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens after you go to space.
Yeah, astronaut status.
All right, everybody calm down. Everybody calm down. Space goes down, and now they're bringing back good apps.
Oh, you meant the club?
Yeah,
I was thinking like astronaut status. On
No,
account of all
no,
the
I was
drugs.
talking about.
We're like, I missed that one.
Yeah, now they have the ground, which they do death metal shows.
Yes.
Shit's fucking awesome.
But Daddy, you were about to defend Club Space after hours.
100%. I am defending Club Space. Okay.
Yeah, fuck all
I'm a
those
dancer
condos.
through and through, and I love like deep house and just music in general. So shout out to Space.
I mean, Mokai did that job until they brought in a horse. So, I mean, just hey.
So Juan, you want? Is there any future events that you guys are going to be at that you want to talk about?
Yeah. So we've launched our "How Do You Live Your Nightlife" campaign. Our slogan is "How do you live your nightlife?" And we're looking at how people really do affect Miami's history going forward. Every one of you guys, every listener, everybody who drinks our beer, whether you realize it or not, you are shaping Miami's nightlife. And we are doing different things, such as we just had an event at Better Days. We love that place. Where it was basically starring the Gunfighter Blonde. And we wanted to see how people in Brickell, after hours, after work, live their nightlife. The next one that we're going to have, I don't know if this is going to air in time, but we do have a trivia night at Barracudas in the Grove, and we're going to be hosting a beer pong tournament at Kudas in the Grove.
Danny will be there.
Oh, nice.
Guys.
I don't know if you know
My
this.
job is to make sure that everyone's having a really good time partying with
Responsibly.
the beer that I represent.
Responsibly.
But yes, responsibly.
Party fucking hard, Danny. Fuck yeah.
No, no. You don't just party hard. You party right with nightlife. Just saying.
But yes, I mean, in essence, every brewery in Miami has its own thing, and luckily Juan saw something in me with this brand that it's just good times, good vibes, talking to people, getting to know everyone. Like, we're the kind of brewery that, I'm the kind of rep that you could just walk up to me and you can be from anywhere and you can just be like, hey, my name is so-and-so and I think you're awesome. And the first thing that's going to come out of my mouth is I love you. I'm just like a really loving, good vibes, and our brewery is that as well. So we walk into accounts and we're like, how do you live your nightlife? And we walked into Barracuda, shout out to Lee, who is the man. And I was like, what do we do here? And we're like, holy cow, we have so much fun playing flip cup and beer pong here with water that we decided.
You don't want to be putting those dirty balls in the...
No. Listen, please.
Clear pong.
Oh my God, please do not go ahead and dunk your balls
But you know what?
into my beer.
You know what?
Please, just in general, keep your balls clean.
Of course.
You gotta wash that
of course.
undercarriage, man.
So we go to accounts and we do exclusive events for them. Gosh,
Balls
guys.
are balls.
Gosh.
Can't take them anywhere.
See, look, honestly.
Cheers to clean balls, guys.
Sure.
Ball.
So one of the biggest takeaways about our brand is the fact that, we definitely want to be the party beer. We want it to be the brewery that you go to look to have a good time. All right. We always want to be there to solidify those moments where you say to your friends, "Did you remember that night when you're drinking our beer?" That's what's important to us. If we win awards for our beer, great. If we don't, great. That's fine. I don't care. What I want to make sure is that every time you try our beer or you have it, is that it reminds you of a great time you had with your friends. And that's what we're doing with these events. We're trying to promote having a fun time, having a great time with our beer.
And it all has to do with Miami's nightlife or, anything in general. So stay tuned for like pool parties because it's Miami and stuff like that.
I mean,
ooh,
yeah. How many times?
Oh, yeah.
I'm intrigued. Do I have to wear anything?
Nothing. Wear absolutely nothing.
In your case, no, nothing.
Wait,
But
clothing optional.
Yes.
for him, yes. For you, definitely clothing.
I'm just making sure.
I mean, you're married.
One
you
rag.
don't have a choice.
Yeah, just ask.
Whoa. You don't know what my options are.
Exactly.
Are you saying you have a loose marriage? If you weren't dead before, you are now.
Yeah. You're done. You're done, son.
Give your wife a shout out. You're great.
Yeah.
He's just saying this because Sonia's not here right now.
I'll know if she listens to the episode or not.
It's funny because I won't put this episode, but she'll already have known what you said. she has mics embedded in
My
her.
slogan is always,
Probably.
I'm in trouble anyway.
So that's who that woman was yesterday. All right, there we go. No.
The electrician.
What's another body, right, Jose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Welcome, Danny. You're going to be Jose's replacement after he's dead.
No. But I mean, so the guys who went to UM, to a school that actually counts. Sorry, FSU. I mean, how many nights did you go to Kuda's and just walk into and see all of your friends there? I mean, I still go in there and see some people I know, which is surprising and yet awesome.
You love it.
It's a great time. It really is a good
I
time.
remember going to Kuda's and seeing Colin McCarthy at the edge of the table all the time.
Yeah.
All right, then.
Okay, so let me ask you guys, what burns your bacon? Jose,
What?
what burns your bacon?
Oh. Ooh.
Ooh. Companies that have poor cybersecurity and what they know.
Well played,
cybersecurity talk.
Well played.
Oh, yes.
No, when people know that like you have a product out there and it's fucked up and they refuse to tell people and they go ahead anyways to, even though it's unpatched, and they're just like, oh no, we'll go ahead and distribute this out to the public. Common offenders are like I don't know, web browsers. Your common web browsers like Chrome sometimes fucks up on security big time, and Android recently has fucked up a few times. So yeah,
I can see your face turning red, dude.
It's okay.
Man, he's getting upset.
Keep your clothes on.
That's actually the laser beams from Sonia's eyes.
Burning the back of his head.
He will combust shortly.
What is he?
Alex, what burns your bacon?
It's a toss-up between parking tickets and people who use internet abbreviations in normal speech.
LOL.
Walls.
GTFO, bro.
Rolf.
Someone's like BRB.
AFK.
OMW.
What about AF?
Like in actual speech. Like I said, it's a toss-up. I really don't have one today, but I did get parking tickets and I wanted to take a shot at Dave. So,
So do you have a problem with if they put a internet slang on t-shirts?
If they put what?
If they put internet slang on t-shirts?
On t-shirts?
Yeah.
What about leet speak?
Who did that?
I don't know. Maybe there's clothing companies.
Oh!
You got anything on that?
A potential guest, perhaps?
Not anymore.
I should have saved that one. I should have saved.
Not
you know what?
anymore.
This bird bacon it'll make another appearance.
What about you, Danny? What burns your bacon?
Oh my gosh, I'm such a happy soul.
But you live in Miami, so there's something.
Yeah.
I'm Puerto Rican and crazy.
The fact that you said that with a crazy voice, that makes sense.
You never had somebody that would refuse to leave, even though you asked them to leave, and they're just stay there, okay, we're closing already.
No, I have a really big problem with lying. Lying to me just drives me up the wall. Even just white lies, they drive me insane. I'm a really honest, hard on my sleeve human being. So if someone's lying to me blatantly and just telling me everything's okay, Danny, don't worry, everything's fine, and then they're talking crap behind my back, and I find out, I turn into a crazy human being.
Okay, I won't lie to you.
Don't lie to me.
She'll claw your eyes
He's
out.
like, I'm just open.
Jose,
Like,
why are you
just
lying,
see
bro?
it.
Have you seen those nails?
Jose, stop lying.
Look, show him your nails. He'll claw his eyes out. Yeah.
How can you tell a man is lying?
Ooh.
He's breathing.
His lips are moving.
Oh.
This is why I'm single.
All right, so I guess it's my turn, right? Yeah.
go
All right,
ahead.
so I've got 3 very specific things that really, really annoy the hell out of me.
3.
3 burns your bacon. 3
Yes.
strips of bacon.
3 strips of bacon. Burn.
Okay, so the first one is this is brewery specific, or brewing industry specific. So when you're a brewer, I tend to operate under the assumption that you check your ego at the door. If you make a product that is subprime, that is not good, and someone tells you, take it like a man and say, okay, cool. What can I do better?
Instead of blocking you from Instagram.
Instead of blocking you from Instagram or ganging up on you on Facebook or whatever, listen, understand what the problem is, take a hard look at the beer, and if you need to, remove it from the market. I know it costs money, but you know what? You're doing this craft a service. It's not about you. It's about the consumer. It's about the industry as a whole. Take it off the shelves. Check your ego at the door. Make the best beer you can. Got it. Second thing, anybody that works here at NightLife, they will tell you that I absolutely cannot stand when they self-deprecate. I understand that humor is funny. You can make fun of yourself. Great. But if you call yourself an idiot, if you call yourself anything other than something uplifting, I really do get hard on them because we're not here to tear you down. We're here to build you up. If you leave my company, if you want to go somewhere else, you're leaving because I can't make you grow anymore, and you learned everything I can offer you. I want you to be the best representation of myself as possible. All right?
This is a fact. I call myself an asshole on a regular
Don't do
basis,
it.
and he gets really mad.
Yeah, don't do it. It really bothers me. Don't do it. And then the third thing that I do not like, and I try very hard to avoid, is I view it as disrespectful to not tell someone the truth. So, look, I encourage all home brewers, anybody from MASH, anyone, to come into this brewery, bring their beers, and present them to me. I will tell you what's on my mind. If I don't like a style, I will tell you, listen, I do not like the style, but I'll be honest and say if it's a good representation of what the style should be. It's insulting to tell the person, yeah, this is great, when you actually don't like it. And why? Give them a reason. Give them a valid reason. It's disrespectful. And too much of that is going around. Too much of that is going, well, I don't like this because it sucks. I mean, it kind of ties into the first reason I gave, but at the end of the day, look, you owe it to everybody that you encounter in life to be as honest as you can with them without being a dick and without being just an asshole. Just tell them what's going on. Be honest. Like, no one's going to fault you for that. They may not like you because it's really hard. It's very easy to hear a convenient lie than the inconvenient truth. Very easy. You can turn a blind eye to it. It makes you feel good.
Constructive criticism.
So deep.
But you need to be constructive. And I think that's what a lot in this city, in this community, we're missing.
Be constructive, not destructive.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah,
Build
I'm
each other
always
up. I mean, the
constructive,
whole thing is building each other up.
Okay. JJ, what burns your bacon?
All right, I'm going to make it real simple. Some fucking Miami shit right here. It's been happening a lot lately in traffic. All right, so there's an opening, so you're going the opposite way of traffic. And so, let's say it's north and south. So you got some people coming from the north. They want to make a left turn across the street, but coming from your direction going south, you can't make a left turn there. It says that because there's not a fucking lane for you to turn in. people lately seem to be like, you know what? This looks like a good spot to make a fucking left. I'm gonna just stop all the traffic in this fucking lane while I wait and have my car stick out in the fucking lane while I wait for these cars to make a U-turn or whatever the fuck. Don't do that shit. That burns my bacon.
I thought you were going to say people driving against traffic because that happened to me this week.
That's
Actually,
amazing.
That also happened down
Yeah.
in Homestead.
That's
to me, too.
amazing.
Yeah.
so
Two people
scary.
on
They
the
go so
on the
scary.
Palmetto.
No.
Two people
Get out.
getting onto
No. What?
Yeah, I'm getting onto the Palmetto.
It's terrifying.
And on the on-ramp, there's somebody driving against traffic.
Get out of here.
I swear, it was on my Instagram story.
Like
I swear.
once every fucking 6 months, coming off on Kendall Drive to go fucking east. Fucking people are turn in on fucking, they go past the actual turn in and fucking turn in with people coming on the fucking off the off ramp.
It's fucking nuts, man.
Dude, two
You're
people
right.
fucking
There are
died
no
this
rules
week.
down here. People
Going
drive-
opposite way of traffic.
Total disregard.
There are no rules. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of okay. I mean, look.
Uh-oh.
When it comes to driving in Miami, you got to remember that you're dealing with a lot of people who are vacationing here from other countries that do not understand what it means to drive in the United States. And you have to deal with that. You have to contend with that. A lot of people don't take the time to read the rule book, as my Anglo-Saxon American friend over here says. Because, unfortunately, you know what? There is no rule book where they came from. And
Everybody, good luck.
yeah.
That's why they're called bumpers, bro.
Dude, it is. But at the same time, look, at the end of the day, it makes you more alert. It makes you far more aware of what other people are doing, which is important. And I think a lot of people today go on through life without paying attention to what other people are doing. So, in a way, it's beneficial. In a lot of ways, it's harmful. To me, it's stressful. Stress balls are amazing. Carry one in your car.
Please remember, your vehicle is a weapon.
And yes, your vehicle is a weapon. It is a 2-ton weapon.
Okay, so what was your favorite beer today, guys and gal?
Decadent, yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking incredible.
Mine too.
You guys are chasing after my heart. Just saying.
And you're wearing pants, so see, we're being nice.
Yeah.
So don't forget, please follow and subscribe to the show on SoundCloud, iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, Blubrry, Overcast, Kodi, uBook, Player FM, Podcast Addict, Microsoft Podcast App, Digital Podcast, Listen Notes, Podbean, Podcast Blaster, Radio Public, Google Play Music, iHeartRadio, and YouTube. Thank again for having us here at NightLife.
Yeah, thank you guys.
No, it was a pleasure to
You guys are awesome.
Yeah, you
Please
guys
come back.
You guys are welcome anytime you want. Seriously.
Thank you.
And it was great having you guys here. Now, if you can do that like the Micro Machine guy from like when I was a kid, yeah, that would be amazing.
It's coming.
All podcast services.
Or no, was it Micro Machines or was it Hot Wheels?
No, it was Micro Machines.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, it was
All
the
right.
guy with the mustache.
Yeah.
All right, so thanks for listening. I'm Dave, the Big Librarian.
I'm JJ, the Metal Chef.
I'm Juan.
Jose.
Alex, the King of Valapado.
Danny Dollars.
All right, good night, everybody. Cheers.
Cheers. How do you live your nightlife?
Thanks for listening to another episode of Beer Bros and BS. Cheers.
Beer bro.
Beer, bro.
Beer Bros.